In this video, I want to show you what's called the blanket stitch. So I have two colors here. I am only using 2 strands. I have made my yarn pretty long. The blanket stitch is going to take much more yarn than the running stitch or even the whip stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start again by going through the bottom. I've already prepared my yarn and made the knot. So I'm going to go back here, and again, be careful to see how this is tangling. So you want to be careful that it's pretty easy when you have a long length of yarn that it's going to get tangled. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go again from the back. I'm going to come up from the back and I'm going to keep pulling the yarn. So it's very similar to kind of a whip stitch, except for one little thing at the very, very end. So I'm going to keep pulling my yarn, and now I have a loop at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go underneath the loop. So I'm going to pull the thread underneath that loop. Notice that that loop is small. I would do that when the loop is small because that'll make it easier and less likely for you to make a mistake. So I'm just going to pull this, and you'll notice that the stitch is going across. So I'm going to come up here again. I'm going to pull all the way through. There's my loop. Go through the little loop with my needle and pull. Now, one thing that you do want to do with this is you want to make sure that your yarn kind of gets, you want to keep making sure that your yarn is a little bit tight there and snug up against the paper. You don't want to pull too hard because you don't want to rip the paper. But there's my little loop. And I would say the smaller the loop, the better. And I'm going to pull this and pull this through. And do you see how it's creating that edging? And so I would continue to do this all the way down till the last one. Again, when you're at the last side, last one, you're going to go to the back and you're going to knot and make the knots in the back just like I showed you on these other 3. Okay, so that is how you do the blanket stitch.